Okay, May go on in everyone, and welcome to a package opening. This is a package I just received today from a very, very dear friend, Todd Walnuts, and I have it right over here. It is April 23rd, 2024. Okay, so here it is right there. And he left a message here that I'm going to play in just a moment. I'll play it before I actually open it. I already know what it is, and the reason why I know is because I guessed it, and he told me that there's going to be another package coming, but he wanted to send this thing first, which I guessed it right because he gave me like some clues. The first clue was it was an Aero box set, so he wanted to make sure I didn't get it already. I haven't bought a box set in a long time, so the chances are I would not have it, or even anything from Aero. I just in general I haven't really bought anything in quite some time, and so he said it was from Aero, and it came out in like within the past year, or maybe just slightly over a year. So I'm thinking, okay, I kind of had an idea, but I wasn't thinking that yet actually, until he said it's something that encompasses the era of the 80s and early 90s, something like that, right? Then the only thing I could think of was this thing, what I guessed, and another reason why I was able to guess it was because my very dear friend, also our dear friend, Movie Mike from Movie Mike, and Mike Plays Games. He bought this about a year ago, maybe a little over a year. Now the set Mike bought was the full like large box set, and this is the one he thought he was sending, what Todd thought he was sending, but then I guess that's the reason why it was discounted. He bought two of them, one for himself, one for me. So one is being shipped to his house, maybe he has it already, and then one just got shipped now. So that's the reason why I was able to guess it. And really, there was only one box set that was noteworthy that came out like within a year for Aero. At least it was noteworthy to me. So it's here. So you can see the size of it. Okay, and I believe one of the movies in there, I have it. From Scream Factory, one of my absolute favorites. It is an early Charlie Band film before he established his company as Full Moon, and that's all I'll say about that. And then I'll talk about that film, a little bit more in detail, I guess. When I open it, but he left a couple of audio messages here, which will serve as the note, okay? Because this came directly from Amazon, so.
Hey, what's up, my friend? I see that you have the package arrived at your place. I just got notification from Amazon, so I just wanted to let you know that the package did arrive. I hope you enjoy the contents of the package. You deserve it, and I'm very glad to share this moment with you because I know we both enjoy this era. I'll leave it at that. And you do have more things coming. This was just a separate gift for you to enjoy. I know your birthday is coming up in May, so let this be kind of an early birthday present. I hope you enjoy it. So in conclusion of that last message, which I got disrupted by a phone call, I apologize. I wanted to say thank you for your continued friendship, first and foremost. Thank you for your support on both of my channels, and I look forward to a very long friendship with you, and a happy early birthday to you. Take care and enjoy the package.
Oh, much love to you, my brother. Much love to you. Let me save this one, because that's the thing I don't like about this this phone message thing. It expires. You know, the message will expire like in a couple minutes unless you save it. So, okay. Huge thank you, Todd. Huge thank you, my brother. He recently had a birthday as well. Last month, I think it was February, March. But I put a post on my. I'm very bad at remembering people's birthdays. That's why I should mark them down. But I put a post, when he had that birthday, and I think like a few of you guys, maybe more, went over there and wished him happy birthday and subscribed to him. I'm telling you guys, this is why I speak so highly of Todd, because things, he's so generous like this. But more important, I've known him for over 10 years now. We've known each other for over 10 years. And whenever, I don't want to go into too much detail, but we're always there for each other. We have a small group of people that we're close. So if he's one of those guys that if there's something that bothers me, or I'm worried about some things, he's one of those guys that I can go to. Okay, and same for him, coming to me if he needs some things to talk about, has some problems, whether it's like work or just anything. As I said, I do not want to go into detail, but he is one of those guys. So please, I would greatly appreciate it. I know he would appreciate it as well, but I feel as if maybe I care a little bit more, that I want his gaming channel to grow more. He has a movie channel, which is Toddy Walnuts. He's got over 10K subscribers there. Honestly, I wish those guys, if you're from Toddy Walnuts' channel, please, go over, please, I'm begging you guys, go over to his Surviving the Horror game, which was formerly known as Dagon the King Killer. Please subscribe to him there. And if you're my subscribers or you come across this, please head on over to Surviving the Horror, Todd's channel, his gaming channel. Subscribe to him there. I want him to, at the very least, reach 500, and then from there, take it from there to get well beyond 1,000. To be quite honest with you, though, if you guys from the Toddy Walnuts channel, even if just a small fraction of you guys are into gaming, that would absolutely carry him well over 1,000. He truly deserves it, not just because he's a great gamer, a great streamer. I've said it all before, the kind of Let's Players I enjoy watching, and the people that I stay in contact with that are also gamers, whether they're gaming like Elder Scrolls games, just to throw out like a couple names, someone like a Grumpy Scamp, or a Yena or a Xenoc, right, or an Falagar, and of course our dear friend Mike from Mike Plays Games. But there are others. There's a small group of us. We just play it all natural. I always thought it was just all natural, but for me, all natural. I don't know, but when I saw Mike spell it A-U and then N-A-T-U-R-E-L, I said, oh, so that's I just thought it was just all natural, right? But meaning like he doesn't have any scripts, or he doesn't write out a script. He's just he shoots from the hip, and he just, if he feels like streaming, much like when I feel like recording a Let's Play, I have nothing planned out. I'm just in the mood to play, and then I just do it. Nothing written. We do it for the love of the game, and that goes for any of our videos. You can tell when someone has a script, written, and then it's all edited. That's fine. That's they want to make their stuff, professional. And I guess nowadays, early days of YouTube, like when I started, it wasn't such a big deal, to do something like that. People would just kind of do it the way we do it now, but this is the way we also did it back then, that kind of thing. So that's just what we prefer, and with video reactions, just for real, no exaggerated laughing or stuff like that. So if you guys could please, of course, check the description box, check my recommended channels, below on my channel. You'll find him there, but really, it's quicker to find him down below in the description box. Okay, so I will open this up now. I do have a slight OCD, so just please bear with me. And as you can see, I straightened up my Two Towers banner for this. I have other posters that I intend to hang, and I know where I'm going to put them too. Okay, yeah. And then I can put posters all around here, which you won't be able to see it all, but once I have everything up the way I want it, and I'm still, fixing things here and there, it's, still has some work to be done. I will do maybe a tour or something, so you can see how it looks. So once again, a huge thank you for this, Todd, and I know what it is. And a lot of people got upset when they ordered theirs and it wasn't what they expected. They expected a big, hefty box set. Oh, and I am more than fine with this. Oh, this is so lovely. Okay, this is the Enter the Video Store box set. And I'm so glad it has the art. Do you see that? How it looks like just the outside of a rental store, like a Blockbuster. I would say it's a bit more grandiose than a mom and pop video store, but there are those, from back in the 80s and 90s, during my day, our day really, Todd, Mike, Falagar, myself. But yeah, look at that. I'll bring it in closer. And the other box set, even though I haven't, seen it, other than seen it recently, it's much bigger, and I think it opens up from the top, from what Movie Mike showed me. It also comes with a booklet. This one does not. It's like an 83-page booklet, and that's okay. With my OCD, I would probably just flip through it once and then keep it in the box and never touch it so the oils don't get on there and it stays new. But that's just my OCD. Once again, a huge thank you, Todd, for this. And the movies that you get are Robot Jocks, Arena, Cellar Dweller, Dolls, and The Dungeon Master at the bottom. Now, the bottom two, Dolls and The Dungeon Master, I have seen. The other three, I don't recall. Possibly Robot Jocks, I've seen some of that, but I get confused between like Robot Jocks, there's Robot Wars, there's Crash and Burn, which is a full moon one, which stars Megan Ward. I don't think there's any relation to Robot Jocks and Crash and Burn. But Dolls, like I said, is an early Charlie Band film, where you have they're getting away from a storm, this family, and the stepmother, a little girl, and some other dude that comes across this house where there's a toy maker and his wife. And if you disrespect the toy or disrespect children, the toys will come to life and kill you. They're already alive, but they'll just kill you. But it spares children, or maybe at least good children, but I guess in here all children are good, or someone who is a child at heart. That would be me. Okay, so I'm going to pause it and then open it so you can kind of see a bit more in detail, what this looks like, the covers of them. Okay, and again, I even if it was just like a blank purple box, and it just said like Arrow and it had their logo, I would still be fine with it. But the fact that it still has this art, people I know have complained because, you know, it's not the big box set, so they don't get all of the art. But this is just perfectly fine by me. It encompasses everything, and I love that. Okay, so let me pause it, and then I'll open it. Okay. Okay. Also, before I proceed, one person I absolutely have to include in the quick shout out is Dean of DVD, also known as Dean of Games. Okay, so he's part of our group and longtime friend. You know, that we've known each other for, you know, at least 10 years. Okay, so here we are, and you know, I have a very special way I open it with this razor and scissors. Because of my OCD, I like to keep the plastic on like that, you know. And made in Austria. Oh, really? Okay, very cool. Okay, so it comes up like that, and let's check out the ones that I'm not too familiar with. Okay, so this one, oh yeah, okay, hold on here. Do that. I'm gonna actually set this down like that. Okay. Okay, Robot Jocks, here we are. That's what this looks like. Alright. I think maybe even the cases might be thinner too. Yeah, look at that. It has reversible cover. It has disc art. Beautiful disc art. So just perfect. Okay, so it's, oh really, Reanimator and Beyond, or From Beyond. Is that Brian Yuzna? Let me see. Oh no, not Brian Yuzna. Stuart Gordon. I get confused. Brian Yuzna. He did Return of the Living Dead 3. Did he also do like Society? I get those two confused. Like who directed what? You know, I'm not as sharp as before, I guess. But yeah, Stuart Gordon. Okay. I think he also did Castle Freaks, right? Or Castle Freak, right? Which is a full moon picture. So this is 5 years after nuclear holocaust. Open war is no more. Surviving nations have divided into two opposing superpowers, okay, the market and the Confederation, who settle their disputes by sending giant machines capable of battle on land, sea, and in the air into gladiatorial combat. These colossal machines are piloted by trained champions, men and women known as robot jocks. So that's very cool. Stuart Gordon directs the most ambitious movie Empire Pictures ever made. A post-apocalyptic mecha. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They use mechs right in here. Kind of like Pacific Rim, right? Sci-fi story featuring superb stop-motion effects by David Allen, okay, and script co-written by legendary sci-fi author Joe Hadelman, The Forever Wars. David Allen, did he also do the stop motion for hold on here, Dr. Mordred, but also there's some like this ape movie, Primeval, right, which was like I think a late 90s film, but only now, I think, or even last year it was completed and released. It's a full moon picture film. I don't know if that was David Allen, and if that is the case, he has died quite some time ago, I believe. So sadly, but Robot Jocks, this is super cool. So once again, you can check out the art. I would like to check this out. So okay, so now let's see what else we have here. Okay, Arena. Well, look at the art on this one. Yeah, that's very cool. From the director of Eliminators and Enemy Territory, it's Man vs. Monster in Arena, the ultimate fight night event. In the far future of 4038, Stephen Armstrong, I guess played by Paul Satterfield from Creepshow 2, really? Okay. A short order cook, desperate for money, becomes the first human in 50 years to compete in an intergalactic boxing event on the far side of the universe. Can he prove that a human has what it takes to be the champion? Written by Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo, from Trancers and Zone Troopers and The Rocketeer. The Rocketeer, okay, with Billy Campbell, right, and Jennifer Connelly's in that one, and Trancers, I think is, well, Trancers has Megan Ward, Tim Thomerson, and I believe in her first role, which is where she got her start, Helen Hunt, right? But actually, was Megan Ward in the first Trancers? Was it the second? I haven't seen the Trancers, but I remember seeing the trailers for them, you know, back in the day, and I get the gist. You know, he's a time traveler, and the trailer I remember seeing, you know, during those full moon, you know, after the film, you can see a bunch of trailers in the video zone, right? And I think it was one of the girls, you know, Helen Hunt and Megan Ward, are arguing, saying like, "Who are you? I'm his wife." And then Tim Thomerson is like, "Ladies, please," you know. So I do remember that. Every time I'm out, you know, at either Line Video or the library at the time when you could rent out VHS tapes, I would ponder getting it. I would hold it in my hands, but then change my mind and get something like Seed People or Demonic Toys or Night of the Demons, something that I've seen like dozens of times, and I just never got around to it. So I should check out Trancers. And by the way, Tim Thomerson also guest starred in a Xena episode as a rundown hero, and Gabrielle kind of rejuvenates him to become a hero again. That episode. Okay, Cellar Dweller. What in God's name? Look at that beast, and he has a pentagram carved into its chest. Wow. The Shape of Nightmares to Come, from John Carl Buechler, who did Troll 1, right? One of the films that he did. Did he do Ghoulies as well? Special makeup effects star of countless horror, fantasy, and sci-fi films, and director of Troll and Friday the 13th, Part 7, comes Cellar Dweller. 7 was great. Was that New Blood? Where you have Tina, who was a telekinetic and fought against Jason Voorhees, to me, my personal favorite, and what I consider to be the best. Closest thing, as you'll see, having Jean Grey fighting, Jason Voorhees, right? Colin Chaldress, Jeffrey Combs, okay, from Reanimator, of course, you know. A comic book artist from A Penchant for the Macabre, takes inspiration from an ancient tome and dies in mysterious circumstances. Years later, his house is now an art institute run by Mrs. Briggs, Yvonne DiCarlo, from The Munsters. Oh, Lily Munster, you know, that's Yvonne DiCarlo. Very cool. When new student Whitney Taylor, Deborah Maloney from Eureka, arrives and occupies the cellar that used to be the Childress studio. An ancient evil is accidentally unleashed. Cellar Dwellers, a terrifying tale of horror and suspense, monstrous mystery, and fear-filled fun. Are you brave enough to face it? Yeah. I'm brave enough to check it out. Okay, and now the two that I'm familiar with. We have Dolls, okay, which I already went through the plot. Here's the old couple and the little girl, and I forgot the man's name. He almost, for some reason, when I picture him in my head, I think Sean Astin, from Lord of the Rings and Rudy, Toy Soldiers, movies like that. Sean Astin, but it's not him. So it's like you better be good to the toys or to the dolls, otherwise they're going to come to life and kill you. I also remember that it features a woman in here, a British woman who was in the AHA video, Take Me On. She was in there, and I guess I'll go ahead and read it. Fresh from the 1-2 punch of Reanimator and From Beyond, director Stuart Gordon takes a turn toward fairy tale gothic in Dolls. I'm sure I'm mistaken, but I remember something about the set used in Dolls, the sets they use, like the interiors, but could also be maybe some of the exteriors, because some of it was probably filmed in the studio, with the exteriors. There's like dogs out there barking, but they used those same sets. Like, they didn't bother tearing it down, and used those same set for one of the Deathstalker films. I think maybe even Deathstalker 2, something like that. A group of strangers seek shelter during a storm at an isolated home of Gabrielle and Hilary Hartwick, an old toy maker, and his wife, played by Guy Rolfe, and from Mr. Sardonicus. Okay, wow, yeah. Mr. Sardonicus, and when that reveal, when you see that face, okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And Hilary Mason, Don't Look Now. But all is not as it seems, and the puppets and dolls that fill the house have a vicious life of their own. Gordon's dark sense of humor is on full display in this gleefully gory ode to James Whale and the Brothers Grimm. You're never too old to play with toys, I guess this could go along well with Demonic Toys and the Puppet Master films, right? Okay, and yeah, this is a Charlie Band production before he established Full Moon. Yes, he's attached. He's Charles Band presents. Yeah, we have Guy Rolfe, Ian Patrick Williamson, Carolyn Purdy Gordon, whom, if you've seen From Beyond, as among other things. Bunty Bailey. I think Bunty Bailey is the girl who was in the AHA video. Okay, and then we have the Dungeon Master. Now, for a long time, I would only catch, parts of the Dungeon Master. Back in the 80s and 90s, it would show a lot on television, and over the years, and I would catch like a different part of the film here and there. It wasn't until maybe a few years ago when I streamed it and finally just watched it in its entirety. It's something about this guy here. There's some nudity in here at the beginning, which is quite nice. But at the beginning, this dude here, he's some kind of computer tech nerd, and he's real smart. And he came up with this computer AI, and then it takes on a mind of its own and sends them to different, worlds, almost like video game worlds. And there's this satanic, demonic, actually, being, which is the Dungeon Master, that will put him on trial, and he has to go through and defeat, each level. And his girlfriend's life is on the line, and she's always like chained up to a rock. Okay, it says here, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Yeah, right. Stone giants, evil sorcerers, zombie warriors, post-apocalyptic car chases. He also has like a Pip-Boy type thing, but it's not really a Pip-Boy. and it can shoot, you know, like a laser out of it. Supercomputers and 80s heavy metal. The Dungeon Master, aka Rage War, has it all. Computer programmer Paul Bradford, Jeffrey Byron from Metal Storm, The Destruction of Jared Sin, and his girlfriend Gwen, Leslie Wing, High School Musical 3. What? Okay. Are sucked into a fantasy world of Mestema, Richard Mall. I know that name, but The Sword and the Sorcerer. That's why I know the name. A demonic sorcerer in search of worthy opponent. Aided by Paul's quasi-sentient personal computer, Excalibrate, right? Can he and Gwen survive Mestrema's deadly challenges? Yeah, so it wasn't that the computer sent him to the thing. I'm remembering it wrong, but yeah, his computer AI would aid him in the battle. With each challenge directed by a different filmmaker. Well, that's very interesting to know, right? The Dungeon Master is a veritable who's who of key Empire Pictures talent, including Charles Band, Mac Alberg, David Allen, John Carl Buechler, Peter Monaghan, and Ted Nicolau. A potent cocktail of everything that Empire Pictures would go on to be. Yeah, very, very cool. And yeah, so that is it. So here are the films, and I want to thank you again, Toddy Walnuts. Huge thank you for this very lovely, beautiful, super, extremely generous set you have sent me. You know, an early birthday present. Usually people are late to it, right? So they have to wish you happy belated birthday, but this is like an early one. So a huge thank you, Todd. Please, again, head on over to not only his Toddy Walnuts channel, but the one that is in desperate need of love is his Surviving the Horror channel, where he streams a multitude of games. He has completed, you know, like Fallout 4, and you know, he's started up. He's currently playing like Fallout 76, but well, even more currently is Alone in the Dark. And just, you know, please, I would greatly appreciate it if you would head over to his channel, subscribe to him, tell him Falagar sent you, you know, let us play, and just befriend a very kind gentleman, you know, and kind friend and a great guy. So thank you again, Todd. Huge thank you. And here's the box. And the link to his channels are going to be down below. So, okay, so see you.